All right, now we're on chapter 1, page 17, and we're working on the greatest common factor. And I'm actually doing the problem called Unlock the Problem. And one way of finding the greatest common factor is to simply list all the factors. So if we list the factors of 12, we're saying what times what gets me to 12. And of course, the easy one is always 1 times that number. So we got 1 times 12, and then 12 is even, so we know 2 goes into it. 2 times 6 gets us to 12, and then finally the last one, 3 times 4 gets us to 12. So all of the factors of 12 would be 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and 12. Those would be the factors of 12. For 18, same process, use the easy one, 1 times 18. Also, 18 is even, so we know 2 goes into it. That would be 2 times 9. And then finally, we also have 3 and 6. 3 times 6 equals 18. Now, what we are trying to identify is we are trying to identify the common factors. But then once we know the common factors, we want to find the biggest or the greatest common factor. So the number or the factor that 12 and 18 share would be, the greatest common factor would be 6. So the greatest common factor for 12 and 18 would be 6. So that's using a list. Another way would be to kind of continue our Venn diagram like we've been doing. Use prime factorization and break the number down. What goes into 12? 2 times 6. Break 6 down. 3 times 2. So we got prime, prime, prime. For 18, you could do 3 times 6. 3 is prime. Break 6 down into 3 times 2. Same thing, we have to find the numbers that they have in common. Remember with the Venn diagram, the numbers that they have in common go in the middle. There is a 3 over here and a 3 over here, so 3 goes in the middle, and there's a 2 here and a 2 here. So 2, if I could squeeze that in, 2 also goes in the middle. You could bring down this 3 for this side of the circle for the 18, and you could bring down this 2 for this side of the circle for 12, but that's really not that important. The main thing is we found 2 prime numbers that they have in common, and they are 3 and 2, and you would multiply them together, because this goes in the center of the circle. Multiply together, 3 times 2, and you would get 6. And I'm going to make it look like a 6 here. And the greatest common factor for 12 and 18 would be 6. So 2 different ways. One way uses the list of all the factors. The other one uses prime factorization, where you break your number down.